Hello and welcome. Today we're going to learn the basics of Chalk Couture. We're going to make some chalkboard art, talk about the products available, talk about everything you can do with Chalk Couture, and making art has never been easier. Let's get started on a Chalk Couture project. So for this project you'll need your base. This is a chalkboard that is sold by Chalk Couture. You can use any of their surfaces or any surfaces you have around your home. You also need the paste. This is Chalkology paste. I'm using white today. It does come in a wide variety of colors that you can choose from for your project. You'll also need a transfer. I'm going to use this branded transfer for the project we're doing today. Again, you can get transfers in a wide variety of styles. So many to choose from, it may be hard to pick the best one for your project. You also need something to stir your Chalkology paste with, as well as a squeegee to run across your project. You'll also need a towel to fuzz the transfer itself to make sure it doesn't stick too aggressively to your surface. So that's about it. Let's get started. First, we're just going to remove our transfer from our packaging. And this transfer is actually in different pieces, so you can customize your design and use the different pieces different ways. So the first step would be to cut the design apart. It actually has lines, and you can just cut on those lines and cut your transfer into the pieces. So we'll use this large piece first. And maybe we'll use it this way, and this one running across the bottom. So there's how you can customize your art based on the transfer. Alright, now it's time to put the transfers on your surface itself. So we'll want to start by peeling the transfer from the backing paper. You want to make sure not to peel diagonally, but to peel from top to bottom or side to side. And this ensures that you will not stretch your transfer. The transfers themselves are more like a silk screen than a stencil. So the words and everything that are in the center will come out as you're peeling it back. Once you peel completely from your backing paper, you'll want to take the transfer and put it down onto just a bath towel and press well. So what this does is picks up some of the fuzz from the bath towel and ensures that it does not stick too aggressively to your surface. You just want to lift the transfer off of your bath towel, again either side to side or top to bottom, to make sure you don't stretch that transfer and distort it at all. So it should have stuck pretty good to your bath towel and should be picking up some fuzz on the adhesive. Then you just want to put into place on your chalkboard. So you just want to make sure you get it straight and approximately in the center. And then you want to make sure you press it down really well and remove any bubbles. So here I have a bubble. And I'm just going to lift it back up, press it down well. Another bubble, pick it up, press it down well. And then I use my squeegee to ensure that it's good and pressed down. No Chalkology paste is going to get under this. And there you have it. Now we just need to repeat those steps for the other portion of our design. So again, peel side to side or top to bottom. Press on a bath towel. Remove. Put into place on your chalkboard. Press down well. Now this area that's in between the two, I like to have a little painter's tape on hand and just cover that area up. You may have to actually rip it so it's not too wide. But this will ensure that no chalk paste gets into that crevice in between the two. And you can try to keep it out of that area when applying. But sometimes we get a little messy when we're applying to the design. So that will ensure that nothing gets in that crevice between the two. Now for the fun part, we're going to open our Chalkology paste. And the first thing you'll see is a removable cap that you can just pull off. Be sure to replace that when you close up your paste. And then you just want to stir it up. So you want to get everything from the bottom to the top. Make sure it's a smooth consistency and ready to be put on your chalkboard. Then we can just use the stir stick or your squeegee and put the Chalkology paste down one side of your transfer. Be sure you don't get it on the board itself and you're actually getting it on the transfer. Don't worry too much about amount. If you get too much on your transfer, you can actually put it back into the bottle and use it for your next design. And I might put it on a few spots since this one's so long. Then we're just going to use our squeegee and pull that Chalkology paste across your transfer, making sure that every single bit of the transfer is covered and has paste applied. At this point, you can remove any excess and put it back into your container for use on another transfer. And then we're going to do the same with this small area. Because my spatula is wider than the design itself, I want to make sure to clean any paste off. You can actually do that with just a Clorox wipe. So we're just going to clean that off so I don't get any of that paste outside of the transfer. So just clean it and then dry it. And now I have a clean spatula that I can just run over this design. Then you can just peel away your transfer. We'll take off this painter's tape first. And then we're going to peel back the transfer to reveal our design. Again, you want to make sure that you go side to side or top to bottom, not corner to corner. And you want to put these directly into water and not let the Chalkology paste dry on your transfer. And that way you can use it over and over and over again. Now, these do grip really strong, which is why it's important to peel from side to side or top to bottom. And you can peel it back and reveal the magic that is your design. Now, I went and dropped my transfer into a sink with some shallow water in it, but you can also have a cookie sheet on hand filled with water and just put it in there after you peel it back. That just keeps the Chalkology paste wet until you are ready to clean it off. Now our art is done and we're ready to clean up. So I mentioned Clorox wipes do a miracle on this stuff. So I have some of those on hand, and I have my transfer that I put directly in water after I peeled it back. The first thing you want to do is be sure to close your Chalkology paste so it doesn't dry out. And then you can clean your squeegee and your stir stick with just a Clorox wipe or in a sink with water. And now my transfer is still wet because I had dropped it directly in the water. And I can just use a Clorox wipe to remove any excess paste. And yes, I'm still on that bath towel that I had out to fuzz my transfer. So super simple to use it to clean up as well. So use a couple of wipes. Make sure you get every bit of that Chalkology paste off. Clean your hands occasionally. Make sure it's not on your hands. And you can also turn your transfer over. Clean anything that it may have gotten on the back. And then you want to lay it with the sticky side up or the back side up to dry. Then put it back on your backer sheet once it is dry, shiny side to the sticky side. Now we can set that aside and talk about our art for a second. So perhaps we don't love this. So this looks pretty good, the center, but perhaps I do not love how rustic this is. Maybe should have used more chalk paste on this last part. The beauty of this product is you can just erase it and start over. It is literally chalk. However, when it dries, you're not going to be able to budge it at all. So I can rub my finger across it. It's not going anywhere. But it is chalk. So you can just reactivate it with some water. And away it goes. Ready for another design. The same design if you messed up. Now, if I just had a small area where I messed up, I could definitely use Q-tips with a little water to clean up any small areas. Large area that I messed up, I would probably just erase it completely and start back over. So now that you've seen how to make some gorgeous chalkboard art, I can't wait to show you all the other things that Couture can do. Be sure to give us a thumbs up on YouTube and follow along because I have tons more videos planned to show you all the options with Couture. Remember that I'm a Couture independent designer. If you want to become one too, be sure to email me, thecountrychiccottage@yahoo.com.